Hello and welcome. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about how partnerships work in my classroom so that you can think as a teacher how you can utilize the collaborative power of a partnership in your classroom. So here are a couple of things you want to think about. How do you define a partnership, right? What is the definition of a partnership? And what are good routines for a partnership? And what things can be accomplished in a partnership? So, what's your definition of a partnership? What kind of routines should partnerships use in your classroom? And what are some basic goals for partners in your classroom? So, in my classroom, we define a partnership as two people specifically, right? Group work is something else. That's groups of three or more, right? But we define a partnership as two people who are willing to help each other struggle through mathematics. And we talk about what that means to learn mathematics. It's something our classes define individually. And we try to be very specific. So for example, learning mathematics, let's say we're adding two fractions and they have different denominators. Let's say we're adding 1/2 plus 1/3. Well, the goal of a partnership to learn how to do this is to do more than just spit out an algorithm and tell your partner, oh, get the denominators to be the same, right? So here instead of 1/2 we have 3/6, and instead of 1/3, what do we have? We have 2/6, and then you add the numerators and you're done. Oops, 2/6, and then you're done, right? That's not what it means to talk as a partnership. A partnership will talk about why something makes sense to them and be willing to show their partner how that works. So in mathematics, this is where the routines start to come into play. We talk specifically about how to ask a math question and specifically how to answer it. So asking a math question as a routine, one partner needs to be comfortable with saying, I don't get this. I have a question. Right? So they need to be comfortable saying, I don't get this, and by this they have to be very specific. So with fractions, they wouldn't just say, oh, I can't do this, this is too hard. They would say, hey, I don't understand where the numerators 3 and 2 came from. Then it's the partner's job to find a way, right, to answer the question that makes sense for their partner, right? So they want to share their light bulb moment. This is my light bulb. In the best way that they can. So a partner would then show a diagram maybe, or talk about the multiplication. They would talk about why things make sense, and it's the responsibility of the partner to help the partners to help one another. And then if they aren't able to help each other, to then ask another partnership or a teacher. So we have these specific routines of question asking, and we actually take some time to chart out what a question looks like. We model it with some examples in the class, and we talk about different teacher responses that are also effective for partners. So, for example, a response, like I said, could be an algorithm or an image, and a question needs to be specific. That's a basic routine of a partnership. Another thing you want to talk about with partner routines is the way that they're going to do work. So partners, as a routine, should make a plan. And you want to define some of these plans with your class based on what they come up with or what you see in the classroom. So usually I circulate for the first couple of days, see how my students are working, and then list out and name some ways that they're actually working through whatever given math problems we have. And the work habits they have should also be defined as well. So a kind of a subgroup here of the routines is the work habits. And what I mean by work habits is that you want to define exactly what you see the students doing. As an example, I see some partnerships starting off by just talking together about the problem and then taking a break and working independently, and then coming back together and checking work. And you want to talk to them about that habit, how it requires time management, other routines and work habits. I know some partners don't talk at all in the beginning and start working individually right away. And there are all types of routines like this you can define. You want to talk to them about benefits of each of them. But the goal is to list out all the routines you see them already using and then put names to them. So for example, if a student group is talking and then working and then checking, maybe your name for that could be the talk, work, and check routine. And maybe these orders change. Maybe it's just work, talk, and check, and others. But the point is to have specific names so when you walk around the room, you can ask partners, which routine or which work habit are you doing? And when you hear them asking questions, you can point out to the chart or whatever list you have about question asking. You say, oh, well, what's your question? Were you specific? And then the partner, when they respond, you say, well, how did you show them that you are correct? How did you show them your idea? Did you use a model or so forth? You want to avoid stuff where students say, oh, the answer to A is 5/6, and the other student says, oh, okay, and they move on. And they have no conversation about why or how that happened. The goal of partners is really to teach each other. So here, getting to goals, you want to list those out with your class. What are some things they can accomplish? But as a teacher, you also want to think, what are some targets you could have your partners work on together? So one great area is projects. Partner projects are really fun. And that can cross into homework as well. So partners will have to decide, okay, what can we accomplish in the class time given, and what can we accomplish at home? It could also relate not just to projects, but quizzes. You can have partner quizzes as well. Sometimes our partners are asked to write in different colors, work together on each problem so you can see their thinking as they work through something. They can check homework as well, and there are many other things that you can have them think about for your classroom. The point is to have this conversation with your classes and to name the work habits and show exactly what good math questions and answers look like. It's important to model those because a lot of partner work can really take a lesson into some deep mathematics or into deep investigation in whatever content you're looking at. All right, I hope this helped.